Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Arun Goyal, and today we'll be discussing another problem based on DP, which is on Leetcode. That is problem number 213, House Robbers 2. So for all those who have not read the question, I want all you guys to please pause this video and please read the question. Okay, so I hope you all must have read the question. For all those who have not understood the question, let me explain the question for once. So what the question says is that you're given houses that contains X amount of money. So suppose this is the house array where two is the money that is present in house number zero, three is the money that is present in house number one, and two is the money that is present in house number two. So all these houses are arranged in a circular fashion, and now there is a thief who wants to rob the houses, and he can rob a house, and then he cannot rob the neighboring houses. So it means that suppose that he is robbing this house, he cannot rob this house, nor he can rob this house. Suppose he robbing this house, so he cannot rob this house and he cannot rob this house because these are arranged in a circular fashion. So if he's robbing house number zero, so he can't rob house this and this house. So what the question says is that we have to maximize the amount collected. So if we see in this question, the maximum amount that can be collected is 17. He can rob this house and then he can rob this house. Okay. So let's see how will we approach this question. So suppose this is an example. So for now, I want you guys to forget that these houses are arranged in a circular fashion. So what will happen is, if you are robbing this house, you cannot rob only this house. Forget that these houses are in a circular fashion. Just think that they are in a straight line. Okay. If you are robbing this house, you cannot rob this house and you cannot rob this house. Okay. So we'll see how much profit we can make by robbing in this fashion. Okay. Okay. So let's if I want to rob this house, then I can't rob this house. I can't rob. Then I rob this house. Okay. Or it is my choice actually whether to rob this house or not. Suppose I decide not to rob this house. Suppose I decide not to rob this house. Right. So what my problem remains is that I want to uh, find the maximum profit which I can make in this subarray, right? In this subarray. One more thing. Suppose I decide to rob this house. Then again, what my problem left is that I need to find the maximum profit which I can make by robbing this subarray. So as you can see in the previous problem also, we were left with this, and in this problem also we're left with this. So if I already had calculated what my profit would be for this subarray, then I need not to calculate again, right? So it means we can store the answer. So here comes why we need to use DP in this, why we need to store. So let's see how will we approach this using DP. So for every house, I have a choice, right? Whether to rob that house or not, right? So let's move from behind. Let's move from behind, and I make two sub arrays where I decide not to rob this house, and what is my profit if I rob this house? Okay. So suppose this is the array which I'll maintain for each and every index if I rob that house, and this is the array which I will maintain for each and every index if I do not rob this array. What would be my maximum profit or the earning that I can say? So suppose I'm standing here and I am considering only this sub array. Okay, this sub array. So if I rob this house, my profit is 3, and if I do not rob this house, my profit is 0. Right. Now let's move to this index. So if I rob this house, my my leftover sub problem is here, like, but we can't make any or we can't rob anything. So the profit is 0 if I rob that place. And if I do not rob this place, so what is my profit? My profit is whether I rob at this place or I do not rob at this place. So what is The answer, if I rob, the answer is maximum of 3, and if I do not rob at this place, so maximum is 3, right? Now let's move to this index. If I want to rob at this place, so my profit would be 5 plus what would be my left. I need not to rob at this place. So what would be my maximum profit if I do not rob at this place? This is at this place. This is stored here. If I do not rob at second last index, what is my maximum profit? My maximum profit is 3. So the profit which I can make by robbing at this index is 8. And if I do not rob at this place, so what is my profit? My profit is whether I rob at this place or not, right? Which is stored, maximum profit for this subarray is maximum of this or among this and this, right? So my answer would be 3. Again, similarly, we'll calculate for 6 also. If I rob at this place, my answer is 6 plus no robbing at the another index. So 6 plus 3 is 9. And if I do not rob at this place, my answer is maximum of 8 and 3, which is 8. So same is, I'll fill both the places. So as you can see, we have filled both the arrays. Now let's come back to our original problem, which says that the houses are arranged in a circular fashion. So it means if if I rob at this place, I cannot rob at this place, and I cannot rob at this place. So what is the answer? If I rob at this place, so my profit would be 1 plus maximum profit which I can make in this subarray, right? And the maximum profit is, if I is already calculated, which is maximum among 9 and 8, right? So my profit would be 10. And my second thing is, if I do not rob at this place, so my leftover subarray is this, right? And what is the profit? What is the profit? Profit is minimum is maximum among 15 and 9, which is 15. And among both these possibilities, what is my maximum answer? Among both these possibilities, my maximum answer is 15. So as you can calculate by yourself also, my maximum profit would be, if I rob at this place, I rob at this place, and I rob at this place. 7 plus 5 plus 3, which is 15 only. So I hope you must have got the algorithm. Um, if you have any doubts, please ask me in the comment section. Now, for now, let's move to the code. So if the houses array, the size is less than 0 or equal to 0, my profit is 0. If the size is only 1, suppose this is the size, then I can rob this house. Huh? So that is why I'm returning the 0th index one. If my houses array is less than or equal to 2, suppose, so I can rob only one of these houses, right? So that's why I'm returning maximum among these two. Now, let's move for the normal general test case where the size of the array is more than 2. So as I told you that we have two possibilities. We can divide this into two possibilities: whether to rob on this state or do not rob on this, or whether to rob at this space or do not rob. If I rob at this space, what is my profit? My profit is money at this space plus the maximum profit which I can make between this subarray, right? At this, by robbing at these indexes. So my index is 2 and my ending index is nums dot size minus 2, which is this place. And my second possibility is, if I do not rob at this place, my subarray left is this. So which is, its starting index is 1 and ending index is ending. So let's move to this helper function. Let's see how this helper function works. So if my start is greater than end, which means that I'm giving end as this and start as this, which means which actually doesn't make any sense. So I'm returning 0. Then I'm making two arrays: robbed if I rob at that index, and if I do not rob at that index. So I'm initializing it with -1. These are the vectors which I'm making. Then, as we saw earlier, for last index, If I rob at this place, so my earning is the money that is present, and if I do not rob, then my earning is zero only. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting and as I'm putting the profit which I'm making as the money present at that place, otherwise zero. Now I'm running a loop and I'm filling my array in this direction. So this is the algorithm or the steps for filling the array, and then I'm returning the maximum. So I hope you all must have got the algorithm, all must have got the code. I want all you guys to please code this after watching this video, and if you have any doubts, please ask me in the comment section. I would be happy to answer. So for now, goodbye, have a nice day, happy coding.